What is up, guys? My name is Loverfella and welcome back to Ark Survival Evolved. So today marks the official release of Ark Survival Evolved, and as you guys know, I am basically an Ark channel right now. I have hundreds of Ark YouTube videos and I've put hundreds of hours into the game, and so I thought with a lot of new people probably purchasing the game today, why not make a list of the top 5 most useful dinosaurs when you first start out on the game. We're just going to go through, this is my list, guys, the dinosaurs that I would want when I first start. So, the first dinosaur we have here is the Therizinosaurus. You can see his name right there. Super tall looking bird thing with massive claws. So this guy is basically a master of all trades. In Ark, you need a lot of things. You need a lot of resources, from stone to wood to rock to hide to meat. Like you just can't get enough of all that stuff. So this guy is super useful because not only is he really good at doing damage and he's a pretty decent swimmer, but he's really good at gathering almost everything that you need besides stone and rock. This guy can gather wood decently, but not the best. He can gather thatch. He's super good at gathering fiber, but the most important part is that he's also very good at gathering berries, and you're going to need the berries for the later tames, because to knock out these guys, to knock out these dinosaurs, you're going to want a lot of narco arrows, and to get those narco arrows, you're going to need a lot of narco berries. And so that is probably the first thing I would do when I start Ark, is get something like this that can collect berries. A trike is an easier version, but this guy just has a lot more utility, so he might be a hard tame to get at first, but if you can stand on a rock and shoot him, you'll be fine. So he is a fantastic mount. So if you're getting the game, basically you got to get this guy as quick as you can. The most useful dinosaur, which is why he's number 1 on the list. Up next is a much easier tame. This guy is called the Phomia. Basically, guys, a lot of you may be surprised to see this if you played the game. Why is this on here? Well, because when you start out Ark, making farms is very important. And the cool thing about these guys is if you put stem berries inside of them, you can actually force feed them by holding down E, and they will just start pooping like crazy. So you see, we just got a couple poops out of here. You can then use those poops in order to start farms. You're going to use those farms to get more berries, and you're just going to try to get as many narco berries and basic berries as you can. You can start making kibble, all that stuff. So these two together will knock out your berry problem. And I would also add a bonus dino in here, which is the dung beetle. If you get that, you'll make fertilizer. You can use the fertilizer with the poop to make the plants grow even quicker, and it's not going to take as much poop. Up next, we have the Castrodoles, or whatever. Usually we just call this sucker the Beaver. Basically, this guy is really cool because he's really good at gathering wood, thatch, fiber, and stone, and all of those will weigh 50% less while in his inventory. So if you're collecting a bunch of stuff, you take them out, you can hold more, you can bring more back, so you're going to be way more efficient, and you're going to make your base grow a little bit quicker. Also, a smithy. What that means is if you go into his inventory and you unlock the smithy engram, you can basically craft kind of mid-game stuff inside of him, when normally you'd need to build something called a smithy. So you can use him as a mobile smithy. He's also a fantastic sea diver. A lot of people don't realize this, but he actually goes kind of neck and neck against sharks in the water. So you can take some sharks down, especially if you have a decent saddle. If you can't build a saddle yet because you're a low level, you can just go up to him and put him on enable wandering, behavior enable wandering. He'll start walking around, and he'll actually collect wood passively. So up next, we have one of the other collecting dinosaurs. This guy is the Dodecarus, people call this one the Doed. High water speed, so this guy can move surprisingly quick in the water, which is pretty nice for collecting stone. He's also great for collecting thatch and stone. If you just hit stone with his little spike ball, he gets a lot of stone out of it rather than flint. And if you hit a tree, he gets thatch rather than stone. He also has a 75% stone weight reduction, which is huge. And he has a special feature where if you're riding him around, you can actually right click if you're on PC. It turns into a little protective ball, which is really fantastic. Actually has really great defense too. And so he is a fantastic early tame to get, because you want to do as little harvesting as you can with your actual character. You don't want to be using your tools, you want to be using dinosaurs to do it for you. They're more efficient. That's what the game's about. So these are the most important beginning dinos to get in order to make sure that you're not really falling behind. And finally, number 5, the Ankylosaurus. This guy is not only a great tank and good for transporting materials, he's got pretty decent weight and movement speed, but he's really good at gathering metal, crystal, and flint. And metal is something you're going to need as quickly as you can get it. So you take one of these guys up to the metal nodes and you just start whacking them. He has a 75% weight reduction for all of those things, and he's a great swimmer, so you can actually take him deep into the ocean to get some oil if you guys don't have any sea mounts yet. So Ankylos are fantastic. And if you guys are wondering why am I not wearing a saddle and I'm still riding them, just because I did an admin cheat to spawn these guys in so I could show you this video. So guys, this is what it looks like, the top 5 most useful dinosaurs to get when you first start the game out. These tames are all fairly straightforward, they're pretty easy. The Therizinosaurus is probably going to be the hardest one to get, but if you get him first, it's going to make the whole rest of the game a lot easier. Please check out my other videos if you enjoyed this. I hope it helped you. Don't forget to leave a like, and don't forget to spread the love.